If you're stuck in a W-2 job with only an hour or two per day, I'm going to show you how to contract 5 properties worth at least $150,000 in potential profit within 90 days from your first lead, or I will refund you plus your marketing cost. And even if you never work with me, you'll walk away from this presentation with a clear 90-day roadmap to your first contracts. I'm Keith Gillispie. I'm a former Marine. I built this business on a 60-minute lunch break while stationed in Hawaii, the worst time zone on earth for real estate. And I'm not the only one who's done it. Christine Baggett was laid off from her corporate job in June. She joined us in October. 1 month later, November, she closed her first deal for $39,000 in profit. Isa Lingle is a first-generation immigrant. English is not her first language. She made $114,000 in profit between 3 deals in just 2 months. And if I did it with 1 hour a day and they did it with 0 experience, you can too. Here's what I'm going to walk you through. The 90-day roadmap, the 3-ingredient system behind it, exactly what you get, how the guarantee works, and what it costs. Quick note, this is not a cheap course. This is a serious program for people serious about changing their situation. And if you're already worrying, what if I can't afford whatever this costs? Don't click away. For people who are committed but tight on cash, we often create custom financing or a smaller starting path on our call. So for now, just focus on one thing. Do you want this outcome? We can figure out the structure later. And at the end, I'll paint you a picture of what your Monday mornings will look like 90 days from now when you wake up naturally, check your CRM, and see 3 new motivated seller leads that came in overnight while you slept. But first, let's make sure that you're in the right room. Let's get into it. If you're watching this and you have a W-2 and 1 to 2 hours a day, this is for you. Everyone else can click away. This is for working professionals who have 1 to 2 hours per day to dedicate to building their real estate investing business. Maybe you're stuck in a W-2 making decent money, but trading all your time for it. You've probably tried other courses or programs before. You spent money, spent time, but you didn't get results because they were too complicated or they didn't fit your schedule. What you really want is to build wealth, quit your job eventually, and have time freedom. But you need a system that fits your life. This is not for anyone looking for a magic button or who won't commit at least an hour per day. If that sounds like you, keep watching. This is simple but not easy. You will have awkward conversations with sellers. You will get rejected offers. You will have long days figuring this out. And if that scares you, this isn't for you. If that excites you, because it means fewer people will actually compete, then you're my type of person. But if you're not going to commit at least 1 hour per day and follow a proven system step by step, this isn't for you. I can't help someone who won't show up. Now, if that's you, if you're willing to show up, here's why you still haven't gotten the results that you want. Let me show you why most programs fail and why you haven't gotten any results yet. Most programs give you a ton of education, hundreds of hours of videos. You watch them, you get pumped up, you think, okay, I know what to do. But then you sit down to actually do it. You realize you've got no tools, no CRM, no scripts, no automation. You're supposed to just build all that stuff yourself while also learning real estate? Guys, that's theory without action. So you stay stuck. Or some programs give you software, they hand you a CRM and say good luck. But the first time you hit a wall, you don't know how to structure a deal, you don't know what to say to a seller, you get stuck on due diligence. There's no one to help you. So you quit. Then there are some Facebook groups and communities where everyone's quote unquote supporting each other, but nobody actually knows what they're doing. It's the blind leading the blind. You don't have the foundational knowledge to even know what questions to ask. Most programs sell one of these. REI Automated is the only system built around all 3 working together. Miss one ingredient and you do not have a business. You have a mess. And that's why you're here, right? You've tried the courses, you've tried the software, you've tried the groups, but nothing clicked because they were all missing at least one of these 3 pieces. Before we go any further, let me address the 3 biggest myths that keep people stuck watching YouTube videos instead of doing deals. Myth number 1 is real estate's too risky in today's market. Well, risk comes from guessing. not from having a system and support. Every single investor I'm about to show you is doing deals in this market, not 2012, not 2008. Right now, same interest rate, same economy. The difference though, they have a proven system and daily support, and you don't. Myth number 2, I don't have enough time or experience. Here's the reality. This system was literally built on a 60-minute lunch break by a Marine who couldn't use his phone at work. Zach Wilson was a tile worker with 0 experience. Carol had never done a deal in her life. If you can follow a checklist for 1 hour per day, you can do this. And experience is built through action, not preparation. Myth number 3, my market is different. It's too competitive. It's too expensive. It's too small. When in reality, we have students in New York City, in tiny towns with 15,000 people doing deals every single month. The system adapts. The principles stay the same. Motivated sellers exist everywhere. And most of your local competition has no systems, no script, and no support. But you will. So if any of those myths were holding you back, good. Now you know that they're not real. Now let me tell you how I figured all this out. Back in 2015, I was active duty in the Marines. I just got back from overseas and my wife surprised me. She was pregnant. And 18 months later, I came back from overseas again. Surprise number 2, pregnant again. And for the next few years, I'm getting shipped all over the world. Every time I came home, my wife had to reintroduce our kids to me. I remember standing in my driveway, suitcase in hand, and my son is hiding behind my wife's leg because he didn't recognize me. And that was the moment that I decided I was done. I had to get out. I had to actually be there for my family. But here's the problem. I was stationed in Hawaii, which probably sounds amazing, right? It was a nightmare for productivity. 3 a.m. Hawaii time is 6 a.m. in California, 9 a.m. Florida. It's too early to call before work. It's too late to call after work. By then it's 11 p.m. east on the East Coast. And I couldn't use my phone at work. So I built my business on my lunch break. 60 minutes a day, Monday through Friday. That was it. I spent $250,000 on 55 different courses over 4.5 years. Most of it was garbage, but I kept the pieces that worked and figured out, how do I make 1 hour of input equal a full day of productivity? And eventually I cracked it. Year 4, I hit $300,000 in net profit, which is enough to leave the Marines and come home to my family. And the system that I'm about to show you, this is the exact system that I built on the 60-minute lunch break. So when people tell me that they only have 1 to 2 hours per day, my gosh, if I can build this with 1 hour in the worst time zone on the planet while serving overseas, you can absolutely do this in your situation. So out of all the trial and the error, here's what I discovered every successful investor actually needs. I call it the 3 ingredients. Think of it like baking a cake. You need flour, eggs, and sugar. If you miss one ingredient, you don't have a cake, you have a mess. Same thing with real estate. You need 3 things working together. First, education. Everything you need to know, not just theory, but the practical, actionable training on lead generation and sales, negotiation, deal analysis, creative financing, raising capital. We've got it all. 285 training videos that you can watch at your own pace. Second, operating system. This is our CRM with 389 automations, built-in AI, dynamic scripts so that as the conversation changes, the script changes with it. The deal analyzers, all the tools that you actually need to run a business, the stuff that handles the repetitive busy work so you can focus on the money-making activities. And third, support. This is where we're completely different. You get me personally coaching you 3 times a week in group calls, plus unlimited one-on-one sessions with me, plus a dedicated client success manager, plus access to our community of 227 investors, including community leaders who will literally fund your deals if you need capital. All 3 ingredients work seamlessly together. You don't have to pick, you get the entire cake. Education plus systems plus support as one cohesive system. This is a 4-month intensive program. That's your initial enrollment period. After 4 months, you can continue with us for a monthly rate as long as you want. So that's the engine. Now let me show you exactly what this engine does in your first 90 days. And let me show you this on a timeline because speed matters. Within your first week of launching marketing, you'll get your first motivated seller lead. Not in 30 days, not eventually. Within 7 days, you're talking to real sellers. Within 4 to 8 weeks, you'll have your first property under contract. Most people who join us hit this around week 6, and that's your first deal locked in. And by week 12, that's about 90 days from your first lead, you'll have 5 contracts worth at least $150,000 in combined potential profit. And that's guaranteed, or we'll refund you plus your marketing. Here's the contrast. Most programs out there take 6 to 12 months before you even see your first contract. You're watching videos for months, trying to figure everything out, spending money on marketing with no results. Guys, we do it in 90 days. First lead in 7 days, first contract in 6 weeks. That 5 contract, $150,000 guarantee, that's the system. This isn't theory. Josh Bostic took title on a property Monday morning and sold it Friday afternoon. 5 days from purchase to exit, he netted $116,000 in 1 week. And that kind of speed is possible because of my guarantee. Here's my guarantee, and this is ironclad, y'all. You're going to get 5 contracts worth at least $150,000 in combined potential profit within 90 days from your first lead. Here's how it works. You do your part, and I'm going to be very clear about what that means. You need to invest in marketing, follow up fast, show up for coaching, submit your work, and use my system. These 5 requirements are spelled out in your enrollment agreement. They're specific, they're measurable, and they're designed to ensure you actually work the system, because the system only works when you work it. And if that sounds like too much work, then this is your signal that it's not for you. I'd rather you find that out now than have to refund you later. Now, to be clear, we can't guarantee your actual profit. Nobody can. But we do guarantee we'll refund you plus your marketing if you don't hit the 5 contract target while following the process exactly. If you do all of that and you don't hit $150,000 in contracts within 90 days from your first lead, here's what happens. 1, I refund 100% of what you paid, every dollar of your investment back. 2, I reimburse your marketing costs. So you get all your money back plus your marketing covered up to a maximum of $27,500. So I am literally risking $27,500 on your success. Here's the worst case for you. You invest $27,500 total. You work your butt off for 90 days. You don't hit the numbers and you get every penny back. You learned a valuable skill set and it cost you nothing but time. Worst case for us, we spend 90 days coaching you, building your systems, supporting you daily, and we pay out $27,500. That's how confident I am in this system. And here's our track record. With over 400 clients served, only 4 have ever used the guarantee. And we paid every single one. No arguments, no excuses. Now, why only 4 out of 400? Because the system works when you work it. The requirements aren't there to disqualify you. They're there to ensure you succeed. So the question isn't, will this work? The question is, are you willing to do the work? Now you might be thinking, Keith, this sounds great on paper, but does this actually work in real life? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let me show you. Here's just 2 examples. Zach Wilson, great friend of mine, former tire worker in Colorado, 0 deals when he joined. First deal with us, $87,890 in profit on a novation deal on a property he had never even visited. Spencer Stradling, he's got 13 kids. He's living full-time in an RV traveling the United States. He closed his first deal 100% virtual in Kansas, a state that he had never been to, while he was traveling between Utah and Arizona. $25,000 net profit. These are real people who were exactly where you are right now. They were stuck. They took action. And their lives changed. So the obvious question is, if this works so well, why haven't the other programs you've tried delivered this? Well, here's the difference. Most real estate programs require you to grind. We are talking 40 plus hours a week of cold calling, nights and weekends away from your family. You're building your CRM from scratch. You're creating your own scripts. You're figuring out your own marketing. And when you hit a wall, you're on your own. You're stuck Googling answers or posting in Facebook group hoping somebody knows what the heck they're talking about. REI Automated is the complete opposite. You need 1 to 2 hours per day. That's it. Why? Because we have 389 automated workflows that handle all the repetitive busy work for you. Lead comes in, system captures it, tags it, starts follow-up. You just focus on the calls and the deals. Everything's already built. The CRM, the scripts, the analyzers, the legal docs, it's ready to use day one. You're not building. You're just plugging in and going. And when you get stuck, you have unlimited access to me. You're not alone. You're not Googling. You just schedule a one-on-one or hop on the next group call and we solve it together. Same results as those other programs, just 95% less effort and time. This was literally built for people who only have 1 to 2 hours per day. If that's you, this will fit your schedule perfectly. And here's what makes us different. No other program combines all three of these: education, systems, and daily support. They give you one, maybe two. We give you all three working together seamlessly. So let me break down these three core ingredients. So the education piece, this is where most people start. You need to know what to do before you can actually do it. But here's the difference between our training and the 352-hour video courses you've probably seen before. We cover everything: lead generation, marketing, sales, negotiation, deal analysis for every strategy: wholesale, fix and flip, rentals, novation, creative financing. We teach you how to raise private money so you're never limited by your own capital. We show you how to build teams, track your KPIs, optimize your systems. 285 videos in total. Each one of them is 3 to 20 minutes max. These are bite-sized, actionable modules. You can knock out one video on your lunch break, literally on your lunch break like I did, and implement it that afternoon. And here's what's important. You're not learning from some guru who did real estate 10 years ago and now just teaches. I am actively investing today. Like, I'm selling a house this week. So you are getting current, in the trenches strategies that work right now in this market. Let me show you what it actually looks like inside. Here's the inside of the training, what it looks like on the inside of the training platform. This is your course library. Every single training organized by topic: lead gen, wholesaling, creative financing, raising capital, building teams. It's all here. See how it's organized? I'm showing you this so you can see that this isn't a theory course. There is a full system behind it. I'm not going to teach you the step-by-step here. That's what the program's for. Today is about showing you what's possible and whether this is the right vehicle for you. On our call together, we'll map out which pieces you use first based on where you are. And this is what you get lifetime access to. You're not renting content. You own it forever. Here's what the inside of an actual training looks like. This is from our creative financing module, one of our most popular courses. We've got the video player, the step-by-step breakdown in each module, the downloads, everything's right there. You watch the training, download the worksheets, take the test, and implement immediately. There's no fluff, there's no filler. It's just, here's what to do, here's why it works, here's the exact framework, now go do it. This is what Marzena used to learn creative financing. She's a lawyer from Poland who is absolutely terrified to talk to sellers. And after watching these trainings, she structured a deal where she borrowed 100% of the purchase price. She renovated it, refinanced it, and pulled out $70,000 cash. She kept $139,000 in equity and now collects $550 per month in cash flow. 0 of her own money in the deal. She watched these exact trainings, she followed the frameworks, and she executed. Also, you can go at your own pace, and you have lifetime access. Most programs make you pay monthly to keep access to the content. We don't do that. You pay once, you own it forever. If I sold just this education piece by itself, it'd be worth at least $2,500. And just to show you this education works, John and Rachel Sweet have done over 600 deals in their career. They used the creative financing training to structure a sub-2 deal on an inherited property in West Virginia. They borrowed $13,000 in private money, purchased it for $21,000, and sold it for $57,000. Net, $24,000 profit, with infinite return. They never put a single dollar of their own money into the deal. They watched the videos, they applied the frameworks, and they locked in a solid profit with an infinite return on that deal. But education alone isn't enough. You also need some systems. This is where the rubber meets the road. You can know everything about real estate. You can watch every video, read every book. But if you're managing it all with spreadsheets and sticky notes, you are going to fail. And that's why we've built a custom CRM with 389 automated workflows. Let me say that again, 389 automations. What does that mean? It means that when a lead comes in, the system automatically captures it, tags it based on their situation, starts a follow-up sequence, tracks where it is in your pipeline, reminds you when to call back. All of this stuff automatically happens. You're not spending 20 hours a week on admin work. The system handles that. You're spending 1 to 2 hours a day on the stuff that actually makes money. Talking to sellers and analyzing deals. Plus you get all the tools, deal analyzers that calculate ARV and repairs in seconds. So you're never guessing on numbers or losing money from mispricing. Plug and play scripts for every conversation, a complete legal document library with every contract you'll ever need, and step-by-step SOPs so you never have to figure things out from scratch. And you get real-time dashboards that show you exactly where your business stands at any given moment. How many leads came in this week, how many calls you made, how many contracts you signed, KPI tracking built right in. Here's what our lead generation software looks like. This is the tool that helps you launch campaigns across 300 plus metros nationwide. You don't build this. You don't configure this. I'm just showing you that this exists so you know you're not starting from scratch. On the call, we'll walk through exactly how this fits into your market and your budget. This is what Justin Hausman used to get leads while he worked as a physician teaching at Michigan State and raising 3 kids ages 7 to 11. He launched marketing on this platform and closed his first deal 71 days later for $19,000 profit on a property in Illinois he never visited, managed completely virtual from Michigan. Same software you're looking at right now. Here's your CRM dashboard, your command center, active leads, pipeline, deal closed. You see exactly where everything stands at any given moment. Hundreds of automations running in the background. This is why you only need 1 to 2 hours a day. The system handles the other 38 hours of work. Chase Christie, Navy Aviation Maintenance Officer, 20 years active duty, 0 real estate background. He used this exact dashboard to purchase a property for $400,000 that he just sold for $950,000. No prior construction experience either, just this dashboard, the training, and the support that we provided. No guessing or spreadsheets, just absolute clarity. Again, I'm not showing you how to use all this. That's what the coaching is for. I'm showing you it exists, so you know this isn't a $500 course with some shoddy videos and a high five. And this is your KPI tracker, your real-time scoreboard. Leads generated, calls made, properties analyzed, contracts signed, deals closed. Every number that matters is tracked automatically. You wake up Monday morning, check this dashboard, and you know exactly how your business performed last week and what you need to focus on this week. See, most investors are flying blind. They have no idea if they're on track or if they're falling behind until it's too late. You'll know every single day. This is accountability built right into the system. You'll always know where you stand. Now, if you try to buy a CRM like this off the shelf, you're looking at a $5,000 setup fee, plus $1,000 at least a month. Over 4 months, that's $9,000 right there. We're giving that as part of the package. Michael Nicolosi, one of our clients, has been successfully investing for 20 years while working as a regional construction manager, 60, 80 hours per week plus across 15 states. He knew real estate, but he wanted out. He wanted full-time freedom. And this system allowed him to quit his job and go full-time. His first deal after implementing this operating system, $90,000 net profit on a 100% virtual New Jersey deal that he managed from Utah while dealing with the dirty tile work, the tax liens, a $300,000 renovation. The system handles everything. But the system alone doesn't guarantee your success. You need support. If you ever need help, reach out to us. This is where we are completely different from every other program out there. Most programs, they give you content and they ghost you. Good luck figuring it out. We don't do that. You get me personally coaching you multiple times every week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I'm on office hours. That's open Q&A. Bring any question, marketing, deal structure, negotiations, taxes, hiring, title issues, due diligence, whatever. I'll answer it live and help you get unstuck in real time. Here's what our office hours actually look like. This is just a couple weeks ago. See all these faces? These are active members. Some brand new, some doing their 50th deal. Everyone's on the same call. Someone asked about structuring a sub-2 deal. I walk them through it live. Someone else asked about raising capital. We map it out together. Someone shares that they just closed their first deal. Everybody celebrates. This isn't a webinar where you watch me talk for an hour. This is open Q&A, dialogue. You unmute, ask your question. I solve your problem in real time. Every call is recorded and posted. If you can't make it live because you're at work, you watch the replay that night. You never miss anything. This is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 3 times a week, every single week for as long as you're enrolled. This is what it looks like when we meet in person. This is our last mastermind event. See all these amazing people? Many of them are our community leaders, members who have scaled multiple deals and now fund other members' deals. That's Josh Bostic on the left. He's done over 100 deals now. He's one of the lenders in our group. Marzena's next to him. She's a rock star. And that's John and Rachel next to me in the middle. They've done over 600 deals. And that's Kevin on the right. He's actually the one who helped me build the lead generation software after I had him calling for hours in my office learning the ropes. About a month ago, I invited some of our clients to my house for a private mastermind. Guys, you're not just getting access to me. You're getting access to 227 active investors nationwide who are doing deals right now. You need capital? Someone in this room will fund your deal. You need a partner in a market that you can't visit? Someone in this room lives there. You need to know how to handle a specific title issue? Someone in this room has solved that exact problem last week. This is your network, your safety net, your shortcut. And you don't have to wait for an event to tap into this. You have our private Facebook group. You have direct messaging. You have Zoom. You have partnership opportunities. All of this is available from day one. Monday nights, we do rookie role play and call reviews. You'll practice talking to sellers with other members. We'll review actual recordings of your calls. I'll tell you exactly what you did right and what to fix so you can stop freezing on objections and start converting calls predictably. Your skills, oh my gosh, your sales will just skyrocket. Here's a kicker, guys. You get unlimited one-on-one sessions with me. Not some junior coach, with me. The guy who's done deals in 34 states and raised $10 million in private capital. You schedule on my calendar. We knock out whatever you're stuck on. Most clients use 2 to 3 sessions a month, but there is no limit. You also get a dedicated client success manager. That's your personal accountability partner. They track your progress and they make sure that you don't fall through the cracks. Plus, you get access to our community of 227 active investors, including community leaders who will mentor you, partner with you, and even fund your deals if you need capital. And don't worry if you can't make every call live. They're all recorded and posted at the end of the week. If you're in a different time zone, great, no problem. Just watch the replay. Now, if you try to get group coaching 3 times a week from somebody who's done $30 million in deals, you're looking at like $1,500 a month minimum. And unlimited one-on-ones with me personally, that's another $2,000 a month at my consulting rate. Client success manager, $500 a month. Community access, easily $300 a month. Over 4 months, it's $17,200 in support alone. This level of support is what Carolyn and Lily, mother-daughter team investing in Hawaii, great friends of mine, they said this made all the difference. Here's what Lily told me, and I quote, she said, 90% of the coaches teach you to a certain point, and then they just push you in the pool and say, swim. Guys, that's not us. We don't teach you to a certain point and then push you in the pool. We get in the water with you. Since joining, Carolyn and Lily have bought a property for $30,000, sold it for $69,900. They received $55,000 as a down payment. They owner finance the rest at 8%, and now they receive a check every month for $633. They've also acquired 3 rental properties, generating $75,000 per year in total cash flow. So let me show you the total value of just these 3 core ingredients. When you add it all up, education, $2,500. Operating system, $9,000. Support, $17,200. That's $28,700 in core value just for the 3 essential ingredients. If you're nodding your head right now thinking, okay, this makes sense. Good, stay with me here because it gets even better. I've been watching investors succeed and fail for 10 years now, and I know exactly where people get stuck. There are 7 specific roadblocks that come up over and over again. So I built 7 bonuses that solve those exact problems. And you're getting all of them included. Let me show you. Here's the bonuses. Each one solves a specific problem you're going to hit. First, Keith GPT. This is a custom trained AI. It's trained on all 285 training videos and 3 years of my coaching transcripts. It is literally like having me in your pocket 24/7. It's the coolest thing ever. Here's why this matters. Let's say it's 2 a.m. You can't sleep because you're thinking about a deal. You have a question. What do? You ask Keith GPT. Boom, instant answer based on exactly what I would say and how I would say it. Can't make a coaching call? Ask Keith GPT. Need to review something quickly? Ask Keith GPT. It's trained on my brain. That's worth $2,500 by itself. Second, the complete deal analyzer suite. This has 3 tools built in. An ARV finder that tells you what the property is worth, a repair estimator that calculates rehab cost, and an all strategy calculator that compares wholesale, fix and flip, rental, novation, and wrap deals all side by side. So you can analyze a deal in 5 minutes and know exactly which strategy makes you the most money. You'll never wonder, oh, should I wholesale this or fix and flip it? The calculator tells you. That's another $1,500 in value. Third, battle-tested scripts, triage call, perfect presentation, and post-contract. You will never wonder, what do I say? Ever again. $750. Fourth, legal document vault. Every contract, every form, all attorney drafted and ready to use. Easily $1,000. Guys, we've got 3 more. Final 3 bonuses. 40 real negotiation recordings, actual calls where you hear me talking with sellers, structuring creative deals. $997. Private lender funding formula, the complete system I used to raise my first $10 million in private capital. $1997. Community leader fast track. These are investors who will literally fund your deals if you don't have the capital. $5,000. So let me show you the value here. The 3 core ingredients: education, $2,500, operating system, $9,000, support, $17,200. That's $28,700 right there. Plus all 7 strategic bonuses: Keith GPT, deal analyzer suite, script library, legal vault, 20 negotiation recordings, funding formula, and the community leader fast track, another $13,744. When you add it up, you're looking at $42,444 in total value. Now, obviously, I'm not going to charge you $42,000. That'd be insane. But if I did, that would be a fair deal considering what you're getting, right? And before I show you what actual members are achieving, let me ask you something. I promised at the beginning to show you the 90-day roadmap, the 3-ingredient system, exactly what you get, and how the guarantee works. So let me ask, on a scale of 1 to 10, how well have I delivered so far? If you're at an 8, 9, or a 10 right now, if what I've shown you makes sense and you can see how this would work in your situation, then you know that it makes sense to at least see how we can work together. Remember, in this video, I show you what we do and why it works. Now, the step-by-step how is what we do together over the next couple of months after this. That's what you'll be applying for. When I show you the investment in a few minutes, I'll show you the standard options. And if those don't fit your situation, we also have some custom financing and some stripped down versions that we can talk through on a one-on-one basis. This video recording isn't where we create that. The call with me is. Now, you might be thinking, Keith, these numbers sound great, but does this actually work in the real world? Well, let me show you what actual members are achieving with the system. Ken Bunn, this guy's been investing for 20 years, thought he knew everything until this. Just a couple of months, he's got over $100,000 in immediate profits from flips, plus $5,300 a month in passive income, cash flow from wraps and rentals, plus $490,000. I so wish it was 500 and I could say $500,000. $490,000 in long-term equity that he's already built. A 20-year veteran still learning new strategies that changed his entire business. Carol Moore, she closed on her very first house, then put her second one under contract at full asking price, captured over $250,000 in equity on her first 2 deals. Daniel Olin closed 4 deals in a single month. 2 fix and flips, expected a net $50,000 and $45,000 each, plus 2 buy and holds, generating steady cash flow. Brian Leffler, he structured this is a killer deal. He structured a 0% interest owner finance deal with $0 down for 60 months and $110,000 in equity. Just creative financing at its finest. I've got 100 more stories just like this. Screenshots of bank deposits, video testimonials, deal breakdowns, client highlights, Facebook posts, text message screenshots. It's all real. The system works. Over 400 clients have been served. Let me go back to this. Over 400 clients served. Only 4 of them have ever used the guarantee, and we have paid every single one. Now, of course, these clients, they're real clients with exceptional results. They're not your typical results. Your results will depend on your effort and your skill set and your market, but these are real people who were exactly where you are right now. They were stuck, they were frustrated, they were watching others succeed while they stay behind, but they took action and their lives changed. The question isn't, does this work? The question is, are you going to be next? Let me show you what this actually costs to build. I spent $250,000 on education over 4.5 years, 55 different courses and webinars and seminars and mentorships and apprenticeships. Most of them are garbage, but I took the pieces that worked. In addition to that, we spent over $1 million building this custom CRM with 389 automations. This is not off-the-shelf software. This isn't a white-labeled version of Go High Level or Podio or Salesforce. This is our own custom-built CRM for real estate investors. It took me 10 years of trial and error, closing deals in 34 states, raising $10 million in private capital, building and breaking systems to figure out what actually works. So we're talking over $1.2 million and a decade of my life to build what you are about to get access to. Now, if you wanted to hire me as a private consultant, I charge $500 an hour. You're going to need at least 100 hours with me to get through all this material, set up your systems, and troubleshoot your first deals. That's $50,000 just for my time. And that doesn't include the CRM, the training, or any of the tools. So we're talking $65,000 plus to replicate what you're getting here. But here's the real cost I want you to think about. What's another year of your life worth? Another year stuck in your W-2, making $100,000 while someone else controls your schedule. Another year where your kid asks, "Dad, can you come to my game?" And you say, "I have to work." Another year where you're too tired to play with them when you get home because you spent 10 hours making someone else rich that day. What's that worth? I'd argue that lost opportunity is worth $100,000 at least, because you can't get that time back. So when you look at what it costs to build this, over $1.2 million, what it would cost to hire me privately, $50,000, and what another year of your life is worth, $100,000, the investment I'm about to show you is going to seem insanely cheap from every angle. And just to prove that this isn't theory, you guys remember Christine? Told you about her earlier. She's laid off from her corporate job in June, joined in October, first deal 1 month later, $39,000 profit. Second deal, 6 months after joining, just under $100,000. Total, that's $139,000 in 6 months. Her first deal alone paid for the program nearly 3 times over. Now, she's made more than a 10x return on her investment. Now, before I show you the investment, let me address something you're probably thinking right now. But Keith, I can't afford this. Here's the truth. You can't afford not to do this. Another year stuck in your W-2 costs you $100,000 in lost time and opportunity. And here's what's worse. It costs you another year of your life that you'll never get back. Another year missing your kids, your grandkids growing up. Another year making someone else rich. Another year wondering, what if? You can't put a price on that. But let's talk numbers. One deal pays for this entire program 3 times over. Dustin made over $113,000 in 8 weeks. Zach made $87,000 on his first deal. One deal. And every single day you wait, you're losing. Another day stuck in that job. Another day someone else is closing while you're watching YouTube videos. Another month without passive income. Another year of you trading your time for someone else's money. But here's the thing. You're not risking anything. If you don't contract $150,000 in contracts within 90 days from your first lead, I refund every penny plus your marketing costs. 0 risk. All reward. The only way you lose is if you don't take action. And if you're thinking, Keith, there's no way I can pay a large amount up front. Well, that's exactly why this isn't a buy now page. Like, you can't check out on this right now. The application is to see if you're a good fit, and if you are, we'll look at the options. We can spread out the payments, third-party financing, in some case starting with a smaller scope. We only decide that one-on-one based on your situation. So the question isn't, can I afford this? The real questions are, can you afford another year stuck in your W-2 while other people just like you, are building the life that you want? Can you afford to miss out on deals happening right now in your market while you sit on the sideline? Are you ready to finally build a business that gives you time freedom and financial freedom? So here's what it comes down to. You can wait and nothing changes. Or you can take action right now. Let me show you the investment options. So here's the investment. Total value, over $42,444. You have 2 options. Option 1, accelerator at $15,000 if you pay in full today. This is our most popular option. That's why it has a star. About 90% of our clients choose accelerator because it saves them $5,000 and gets them full access day 1. Now, if you do need a payment plan, we have standard at $20,000. And that requires $8,000 down today and then $12,000 before month 4. Same exact program, nothing is removed, but the total is higher. Your initial enrollment is 4 months with full access to everything. And after that, if you want to keep the CRM, coaching, the community, it's $1,500 a month. Cancel anytime. And if you add the payment plan up, you're at $20,000. Like I said, most people choose the $15,000 accelerator and save the $5,000. Now, these are the 2 standard ways that most clients enroll. If neither works for you, but you're serious about getting this result, still book the call with me. On the call, we can look at custom financing options and in some case, lower tier ways to start to fit your budget and still move you forward. I don't know if you remember, at the very beginning I talked about Isa Lingle. She was the one that I said, first generation immigrant, English is not her language. I want you to know that this works. She paid $15,000 and she made $114,000 in just 2 months. 2 months. One deal paid for the program 7 times over. The application and the Freedom Roadmap call are free. Even if we decide if it's not a fit, you leave with a custom 90-day deal plan. It's a $500 value. I'll explain that at the end. This is not a high-pressure sales call. This is with me, by the way. On many calls, I tell people, not yet. I give them the plan anyway. They want to sign up, and I say, not yet. Here's a plan. The goal is simple. It's to see if we can meaningfully help you in the next 90 days. Let me ask you this. If you could confidently say that $15,000 today turns into $150,000 in 90 days from your first lead, guaranteed or your money back, would you do it? Keep that in mind. Let me show you the math. Here's the reality. Your investment, $15,000 if you pay in full. Our members report deals ranging anywhere from $10,000 to $100,000 or more in profit. Let's be really conservative and say your first deal nets you $50,000. That one deal paid for the entire program 3 times over. That's a 3.3x return on one deal. But here's the thing, you're not just getting one deal. You're guaranteed to get at least 5 contracts worth at least $150,000 in potential profit within 90 days from your first lead, which you already know is backed by the guarantee that we went through earlier. But here's the real kicker. Once you master the system, you have a skill set that you can use repeatedly for the rest of your life. This isn't a one-time thing. You can do 5 deals this year, 10 deals this year, 20 deals the year after. That's not just a 3.3x return on $15,000. That's an infinite return on your investment over your lifetime. So the question isn't, is $15,000 worth it? The question is, can you afford not to invest $15,000 if it changes your entire financial future? Now, before I show you the timing on this offer, 2 quick things. First, if you're married or this is a joint decision with a business partner, watch this with your spouse or send them the replay. I'd rather you both hear this from me than have to try to explain it secondhand and you miss the details. Even better, book the Freedom Roadmap call and bring them on the call. I will answer both your questions live. I will address both your concerns. We'll figure it out together if this makes sense for your family. The worst close calls we have are when one person gets all jazzed up and excited and the other person has absolutely no context. And so if you're married or this is a joint decision, make it a joint conversation from the start. That's the first thing. The second thing, let me answer the most common questions I get at this point, because I'd rather you hear these now than stew on them alone. These are the 4 most common questions I get at this point. Number 1, what if I've never done a deal before? Cool. 60 to 70% of our clients are on their first deal when they join. That's exactly who this is built for. You don't need experience. You need a system and you need support. And that's what we give you. Well, Keith, what if I'm already doing deals? Then the value is in the systems and the creative strategies you haven't learned yet. That's exactly how Ken, he's a 20-year veteran that was plateaued. Now he's pulling 6-figure consecutive months. He thought he knew everything. He didn't. Keith, well, what if the market changes? Well, we adjust every single week in coaching. The guarantee is based on your activity and following the process, not a specific market condition. The market is always changing. Here's the cool thing. Motivated sellers exist in every market cycle, and we teach you how to find them in any market. Well, what if this sounds too good to be true? Well, that's exactly why we only get paid if you hit the 5 contract target. If you don't, we refund you plus your marketing. We're literally putting $27,500 on the line. And if it were too good to be true, we'd go bankrupt. And we don't, because it works. But you need to act fast, because there's a timing component to this offer. Here's the deal, and this is important. We currently have 227 members in our community. Once we hit 250, the price increases permanently. That means there's only 23 legacy spots left at the $15,000 price. After that, no more $15,000 pricing, no more $5,000 discount. The price increases to $25,000 permanently. Now you might be thinking, yeah, right. Every program says that. I get it. Okay, here's why this is real. I personally coach on every single group call. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, office hours, Monday night, rookie role play, Thursday night, mastermind. That's me on every call for the last 4 years. Plus, I take unlimited one-on-ones. At 227 members right now, I can do that and maintain quality. At 250, I'm at like optimal capacity for giving everyone the attention that they need. After that, I've got 2 choices. Either turn people away completely or raise the price to manage the demand. I'm going to choose to raise the price. So the 23 people who get in before we hit 250 members, they lock in the $15,000 price forever as long as they stay enrolled. Everyone after that pays $25,000 minimum. The choice is yours. And one more thing. In the last 3 days, we've had 2 people join. So these 23 spots, they're going fast. And last time we raised prices, the last 5 final spots filled in less than a week. Okay? I can't hold a spot for you. It's truly first come, first served. I only open a limited number of Freedom Roadmap calls slots each week on my calendar. If you're even thinking about this, grab a time that works for you now. Worst case, we decide it's not a fit and you walked away with a plan. Let me show you exactly what happens when you lock in one of these slots. This is your roadmap to success over the next 90 days, okay? Today, you lock in one of the 23 legacy spots at the $15,000 price point. You make your payment, your spot is secured. Within 24 hours, you get login credentials for your members portal. Full access to all 285 training videos, the CRM, the scripts, the analyzers, the bonuses, everything. It's all there waiting for you. Day 2, your dedicated client success manager reaches out to schedule your onboarding call. This is your personal accountability partner who's going to track your progress, keep you on track. Weeks 1 through 2, you're going to complete the core training modules. During that time, we're setting up your CRM. You practice the scripts with me and the other members on our coaching calls. You're getting the foundation locked in. Now, weeks 3 through 4, we launch your marketing campaigns using our proving strategies. You start getting leads like real motivated seller leads calling you. Month 2, you get your first deal under contract. Maybe it's a wholesale, maybe it's a fix and flip, maybe it's a creative financing deal, but you get that first contract signed. By month 3 through 4, you've scaled to 5 contracts worth at least $150,000 in combined potential profit within 90 days from your first lead. Guaranteed. Or we refund you plus your marketing costs up to $7,500. That's the roadmap, okay? That's what the next 90 days looks like for you. But before you decide, let me show you what these 2 paths actually look like. So if you're thinking, okay, Keith, I'm interested, but I need to see this in action. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine this. It's 90 days from now. Monday morning. You wake up naturally, no alarm, no dread, no pit in your stomach. You check your CRM, and there's 3 new motivated seller leads that came in overnight. Your system already captured them, sent follow-up, and scheduled callbacks for 9 a.m. and 9:30 a.m. At 9 a.m., you hop on the first call, motivated seller, distressed property. You run the numbers and your deal analyzer takes 3 minutes. It's a winner. You book an appointment. By 10 a.m., you're done. Your essential work is finished. The rest of your day, your kid's game, the gym, whatever, your time is yours. Now let me show you what the next 12 months actually looks like, depending on what you do right now. Path number 1, you take action today. 90 days from now, 5 contracts, $150,000 in profit. You're finally seeing real money. 6 months from now, you're walking into your boss's office and quitting your W-2. You're done trading time for money. 12 months from now, you're a full-time investor. You wake up without an alarm. You're at your kids' games. You're building generational wealth. Life is yours. Now, path number 2. You wait. You tell yourself, I'm not ready. Well, 90 days from now, you're still stuck in your W-2. Same commute, same meetings, same people, same stress. 6 months from now, you're watching other people in this program succeed. People who watch this exact video the same day you did. And you're thinking, I should have joined them. 12 months from now, another year has gone by, and nothing has changed. The difference between these 2 paths is one decision. The one you make right now. Yes, the $150,000 in quitting your W-2 are awesome. But the real asset is who you become in the process. You become the kind of person who can create deals and income on demand in any market for the rest of your life. That's the skill set this system and this program builds. The money is just a scoreboard. You're not buying a program. You're buying a new version of yourself. 90 days from now, you will look back at this moment as the day everything changed. Or you'll look back and wish you had taken action. If you're ready, click the button below right now and book your Freedom Roadmap call. If the money is the only thing holding you back, apply anyway. The call itself is worth $500. You'll leave with a custom 90-day plan for your market, your hours, and your budget. Worst case, absolute worst case, you get clarity. Best case, we find a structure that works, and you don't lose another year. Click the button below, and I'll see you on the other side.